Welcome to the show. Your host, King Capone, the Attitude Champ, is here. What's up, guys? Just thought I'd show you my title, Attitude Replica, from WWE.com, the shop. Should give them some kind of credit because, they'll probably want that if they see the video. So that's the title. I'm not going to hang on to it the whole time. It's actually pretty heavy. It is the adult size full replica. Real thing, not plastic, all right? So I'm going to put that down. Excuse me for 1 second. That's pretty good. All right, guys. Today is the 14th of June. Let me give a quick check here. Yes, today's the 14th of June. It is Wednesday, which means Monday Night Raw. I was having Monday night. We had Tuesday Night Smackdown last night. I watched both shows. Quick grade. I'll give B to Raw. It was okay. I'll give I'll give SmackDown a B+. It was a better show. I think it's a better show overall. But again, that was a quick overview. I got the matches here. I'm going to go over each match just a little bit, not great detail. We'll try to keep this about 30 minutes or so. I don't like the long broadcast and all that. So appreciate you guys coming back. As of right now, I have 0 subscribers, and I think my first video was watched like 5 or 6 times, mostly by me. So I might not have anybody. I got to get my friends at least going on this. But, hopefully maybe have some people and we'll see how this goes. All right, guys. So let's go through here. I got my sheet here. Monday Night Raw. Again, the big thing going to Monday Night Raw was Brock Lesnar was going to come back. It's a terrible, terrible Paul Heyman. I apologize. He's one of the best out there. Brock Lesnar was going to come out with the title. Oh, my God, you saw Brock. He only shows up like once every 3 months. I'm sorry. The contract he must have gotten and the deal he's got, I get it. He's like, you see his name on the marquee. He's going to be there. He's probably selling tickets. But WWE, why is your champion there once every month? I mean, it's like, why you got the title on him? He's a great athlete and great superstar. But why? Why? He shows up once every month to, he bounces in the ring. I'm getting ahead of myself. So you got Paul Heyman in the ring who can cut a promo like no one else. I mean, I don't even try to impersonate the guy. And you got Brock Lesnar bouncing around. Now, I say this because if Brock Lesnar was in front of me, I'd be probably dead. But bouncing around, doing his thing, and it's the usual Paul Heyman just doing an unbelievable job. Brock bouncing around. And then, dun, 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 whatever the music goes, out comes Samoa Joe. And I'm sorry, but it's like every time now someone's gone against Brock Lesnar, this happens. They come out, and what do? They come out, stare down, and eventually it's a brawl, And I get it, they're trying to make Joe this tough guy. I mean, he's going for Brock. That's like, yeah, he's tough. And he is. But they're gonna kill Joe. I mean, literally before he even gets going, they're gonna kill his character. And Joe's been around. Joe has been in TNA. He's been around the world. He's indie. He's been champion in other organizations. And they're gonna kill his character. It just makes no sense to me. So, I don't get why they're doing this to him. This should be, I think Joe needs a run. Give Joe a good run. And, I mean, he's a great athlete. Guy's like 300 pounds or close to it. I mean, he can go dive through the rope, do some jumps. He's very athletic for a big guy. Big guys, we're not athletic usually. I mean, come on. So, anyways, it's the typical thing. Comes out, they do the brawl, the guys come out. I know he cut a promo, Joe cut a promo. I didn't really listen to it because it was it's like, come on, really? It just was stupid. So, the next match was, Eli Samson defeated Dean Ambrose with, of course, I think it was The Miz came out and helped them again. The Miz got involved, and this is the other thing with this, they drag these on now, and it's like literally just seeing what's happening. It's like, oh, here comes The Miz. Oh, he went outside, he can't attack him. Maurice, I don't know what her role is. Like, she was a wrestler. She looks great. She should be able to wrestle, I think. I don't think she's lost it. But it's like, what, they're just messing it up. It's like, come on. You know, you could do something with those two. And I think The Miz is pretty good. Great mic skills. Ring skills are good. He could do something. Dean Ambrose is actually someone I kind of feel like, you know, I think he's got some life. I think I think his popularity was because of the Shield. I think in the Shield he had great popularity, but as an individual, I think he's at borderline. They're not sure what to do with him. But again, it was a stupid Miz came down, interfered, and it just stupid. And then that, you know, later on in the show, the match happened. We'll get into it. Cedric defeated Noam Dar. This was a squash match. You know, he comes out. Noam Dar and Fox there, who is a great athlete. I actually met her in person years ago at the what I think it was a Pepsi at that time, or Times Union at that time, and now it's a Pepsi near me. She's really cool. Really great athlete. I mean, she's in some incredible shape. Funny, but they don't use her right, in my opinion. I'm sorry, they don't. She could be, I think, right up there with Sasha Banks. I think she could be right in there for the title run. But for some reason, they don't like to use her. And she's got great character. I mean, she can play crazy like nobody right now in the Divas division. Excuse me. The women's division, not Divas. Women's division. So it's like, yeah, I don't understand what they're doing with her. Noam Dar, another great 205 guy. You know, they have that thing going with those two, and Cedric's coming back, and that's great. You know, he comes back, and it's like he's going to get a push. I mean, they're setting him up for a push, probably for a title run at some point. It's a squash match, and Cedric, I don't know. Just, it was a dumb match. Those guys, you know, 205, they're supposed to be really guys that show off the athleticism, show off the wrestling, and the wrestling isn't there. It was a squash match in your 205 division. Are you kidding me, WWE? Come on, you can do better. We want better. We want better. Okay, then you had Seth Rollins confront Bray Wyatt. I thought this was really cool how they did it. You know, Bray Wyatt comes out, talks a little bit. Seth Rollins comes out. They talk some more. Lights go out. Bray Wyatt is gone. He's on the Titantron. Now, obviously, if you know wrestling, you know how they did that. I'm not going to say how they did it, but you know how they did it, and that was obviously a taped probably when he went back there. But Bray Wyatt is another person. I mean, Seth Rollins, I feel like they use him good. I mean, they don't underuse him. They don't overuse him. He's good for me right now and there. Bray Wyatt is someone they just don't use right. He has got that just almost Undertaker ability in terms of just getting to your head. And if used right, man, he could be good. I mean, he could really be good with that. But again, WWE just doesn't want to push him all the way. They gave him a little bit of a title run for a little bit of time and done. Took him off SmackDown. Now he's on Raw. And I'm sorry, he should be going against Bray Wyatt. I know there's future plans. Braun Strowman's going to come back. They're going to have Braun Strowman versus Brock for SummerSlam. But Bray Wyatt, man, I mean, he could be he really should have a run with the title, I feel, because he's got that Undertaker-esque quality about him in his promos. So it was an okay pro. It was good. I mean, it was one of the best parts for me of the night, but it just wasn't. They're using Bray Wyatt wrong. As a fan, it's just something I'm not looking at going, oh, you know, great, Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a great, you know, good match, but it's not a seller to me. If it was on a marquee, it wouldn't be like, oh, main event. And so that's on those two. Apollo Cruz defeated Kalisto. Tazawa, I think you say his name, was on the apron. And yes, you know, I forget his name off the top now, which is bad because he's actually a really good athlete. And it'll come to me later. I forgot to write it down. But that whole thing is, you know, with Apollo Cruz. And, I should know his name. Wow, that's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, it's going to just kill him. I'm good. I should Google it right now. Anyways, but that storyline, it's weird. I don't know what they're trying to do. If you know, Apollo Cruz is supposed to be a heel, or they're trying to turn people face. Tazawa, though, if you watch the end of the match, when Tazawa gets kind of brought into the ring, he's so small that Titus O'Neil literally picks him up over the apron, proceeds to literally throw him in the ring. And when they're in the ring, his hands getting raised, and Tazawa just is looking like, what, ragdoll. Great. I was laughing. I thought it was funny. Apollo Cruz is acting, is just, he's laughing during these things. It's fun, and that's what they need. And that might not be, a top thing right now. That might not be the, leading the show, but I think that's three guys. If they're going to make that three guys, Tedros O'Neill, Apollo Cruz, and Tazawa, that could be funny. Tazawa looks like he's got some funny, with his facial animation and stuff. I think he could be a funny guy. So push him, WWE. Fans were getting into it. It sounded like the fans liked it. So, you say you listen to your fans, but that's a really good way to listen to your fans. Sorry, I thought my mic was off there. I think it's on right now. So if I do this whole thing and there's no sound, I'll be very disappointed. And I do funny voices every once in a while. Okay. Next we have the women's division. Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Dana Brooke defeated Nia Jax, Emma, and Alexa Bliss. It was a good match. It wasn't a squash match. It wasn't a fast match. They didn't give them 30 seconds to 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It was a good match, back and forth. Emma finally came back in the ring. She looked good, very aggressive, which I think works for her. I like Emma. Yeah, Mickie James off the top rope with the knees to Nia Jax was very good. They're giving them time, and that's really what all the women want. They just want time, and they got it. And Sasha Banks winning, there's been a lot of talk about she's getting bumped down or she got brought down. I don't think so. I just think that they don't want to overuse her. I can't. They're not going to get rid of her. She's got a big following. She's going to have a big following. Now, I will say this. Nia Jax, a lot of people don't like her, but she, to me, is one of the most underused females, only because she's a good wrestler. She has that size. She's someone you look at, and you're just like, holy cow, that's a big girl. But she can move, she can wrestle, she just powerful. But 2 weeks ago, they had that dumb match. It was a disqualification because Mickie James and Dana Brooke come down and interfere or whatever, and Alexa Bliss causes them to interfere. It was just stupid. It was stupid. So I would like to see Nia Jax actually get a push. I think she could be really good for the division, and I think you need that female that is just like the Brock Lesnar. A female that just is scary with the title, and you kind of go, okay, she could have a run, and she could be really good for the division. So, okay, guys, I realize I'm getting long-winded here, so I'll try to not do that. Heath Slater and Rhino defeated The Miz and The Bear. Again, not creative. I swear to God, if The Bear shows up next week, somebody please have like a trank gun. That's bad, but it's just stupid. You sit there and you know what's going to happen. Yes, you might not know exactly what's going to happen, but Ambrose is going to show up one way or another. So as soon as The Bear came down, you could hear them people, and I thought maybe he's in it, but I also thought he's probably not. He's probably under the ring just waiting for the snap. So sure enough, they go back and forth, the Bear gets, I think it was tagged in or something, but he goes after the Bear, takes the head off. Oh, surprise, it's some guy they got, an indie guy they got. So he's like, oh, okay, so he's not there. He was back in the ring, and then off camera, I'm sure he was under the ring. He probably came out, put whatever on. There's the Bear again. Jeez, I wonder who it could be. Like Hornswoggle. Like, just no more Bear. If you show a Bear next week, wow, creativism has gone, like, it's not there anymore. All right, so then you had Neville attack Rick Swann. Again, kind of just, Rick Swann, great athlete, really good athlete, actually. Flipping, diving. To get squashed by Neville after you were in the hunt for, a long time. Neville did a promo. I didn't listen to it because at this point I was just so like, no, not another promo. I like Neville's character. I think it's a little dramatic. The king of the cruiserweights. And he talks like the, middle-aged, just Game of Thrones. Like, I just show up on Game of Thrones, please, or come out with a dragon. Like at the pay-per-view, you should come out on a dragon, and Cleese or whatever her name is, lookalike should be with them. Just God, I like the character, but the dramatic is just too dramatic. Lighten up. But again, I like the character. Glad to see they went, for a long time he was a face and it did kind of this comic Marvel DC guy. And now it's like, nah, I'm just a bad SOB, but I talk like I'm from the Middle Ages knighthood. Nah, that ain't gonna work. So, nah, man, just get away from that, please. Okay, Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson defeated Cass and Enzo. After the match, Big Show came out, saved Enzo. So, before this, I was waiting for the, Enzo's knocked down, Cass is knocked down, something. Doesn't happen. They get to the ring. Okay, cool. Or, excuse me, no. Cass got, hit and whatever. Cass gets hit, but he makes it to the ring. I forgot about that. Either way, the Big Show comes out and saves him. I don't know where they're going with this. I feel like it seems like it'd just be so obvious that it was the Big Show, that it would be stupid. But that's what the WWE's been doing. It's like the obvious is what it is. That's the only thing that makes sense. And then they're like, it was one punch that took me out, one punch. So I honestly, my prediction was that we haven't seen American Alpha in a long time, and I haven't heard anything in the rumor mill or injury. My thought was they got brought to Raw, that they're, somehow they're coming to Raw, and that they were the ones attacking. They were going to do a heel turn, which I think is a good idea because they weren't getting over quite as a face as they were in NXT. But I don't know if this whole one punch thing, how they do that. Revival has been showing up backstage, so that's why I also think like maybe the Revival. But that's again the Revival and the Big Show would be no surprise right now. They'd be like, okay, here we go, makes sense. So I'm hoping it's American Idol. Oh God, American Alpha, American Idol. I would see Chris you. Hoping it's American Alpha, Alpha American. Yeah, no, American Alpha, and we'll see though. Big Show, obviously, Enzo comes up, says, thank you, but I need to know, is it you? And he says, your partner, Cass, is, I'm going to spell it out for you, SAWFT. Please, just don't make it obvious, WWE. Please don't, please. They will. The Raw, and then there was the Raw Tag Team title match. Good match, back and forth. I think got to 1-1. And of course, it ends in a draw. Because they're just dragging this out. I think they're dragging this out to see if they can get the rights to the broken Matt Hardy, because it's pretty much been guaranteed at this point that they want to split the Matt and Jeff Hardy up. And if they do that, if they don't have a broken thing for Matt, I don't know where they go with him. Every time they've split in the past, it's been a hard thing for Matt. Matt's always had the trouble. But again, if they bring this broken, if they can just whatever TNA, get it from TNA. And give it to Matt again, golden. I mean, that is, it's just a golden thing. TNA, you messed up. You really messed up. And now, I don't know, the legal stuff and all that, but it seems like TNA's being very, very protective, but they have to because they lose that. They're going to be pissed. But again, it's going to drag on. And it was a good match, but, and I'm glad to see Sheamus and... Wow. Cesaro. Sheamus and Cesaro. I was glad to see them get a push in right now. I'm glad they're the title holders. A lot of people don't like it. I like it. Cesaro, man, underused. Big time. Guy's stronger than... It's ridiculous. Go back and watch some of his matches. He's doing moves that the lifting guys that you're just like, how? Don't get it. Sheamus, a little stiff, I think, in the ring, and I think he's probably hurt some guys, but I don't think it's in purpose. I think it's just style, and hey, it's wrestling. It ain't ballet. You're going to get hurt. It's entertainment, yes, and these guys try not to end each other's careers, but they're flying around there doing moves. It's going to happen. You're going to get hurt, So, all right, guys. So that was Raw. Again, I went over it real quick, and I'm trying not to make this too long of a podcast, just being my opinions. I think it's good. I think there's some stuff they could change. 3 hours is long, but it's advertisers, they get all the advertisements, the money. I do like what they're doing now with the split. I saw on Smackdown. I don't remember if I saw it on Raw, but when they go to commercial, they have it playing now. You could see it on the side there, almost as if like breaking news happens. Which, again, I don't, it'd be cool if they did that. Like NASCAR, every once in a while, I watch it, and if a crash happens, they'll cut back to NASCAR. But I think it's, it's a whole advertisement deal. But it's cool to see in the corner. It makes it a little more of that sports theme going. So that's cool. Okay, on to SmackDown. So we open up with New Day coming down with that band. I forget the name of the band. I love New Day on SmackDown. It works. I think they were getting a little old on Raw. I think people were kind of getting like, all right. I mean, they're good, but they're just getting old. They feel fresh on SmackDown. That band was really cool. And just, they're funny. I mean, I think they're funny. I do. It's corny, funny, but they're funny. It's just the way it is. That match, it turned into a 8-man tag. Usos came down and interrupted. Then you got Breeze, Fandango, Fashion Police. And then you had the Colognes. I was calling them the Primos for some reason, but the Colognes came down. Good match, back and forth. Nice moves. I love that. I don't know what you call it, but he spun. Breeze got spun by. Wow, I should know his name. I follow his Up Down Down podcast. Very good, by the way. Follow him Up Down Down. If you're into gaming, he's really cool wrestling too. It's a really good show. But they did a move that was really cool. And yeah, it was a good match. And Breezango or Tyler Breeze and Fandango are funny. I mean, whether they win a championship, which I think they should. Again, you build these guys up. You don't reward them with a title shot, really. Bring them, give them a title shot, give them a title run. But they are funny. I thought the skit at the end of SmackDown was like, what? So someone's attacking them, and we know what it. But again, terribly written, but they made funny. My pecs. He was looking at his pecs in the mirror. But I just thought that was funny. Very funny, very funny. Then you had the backstage segment with AJ, Shinsei, and Sami Zayn. Again, funny. Just a kind of a quick skit. They're doing this thing with Sami where he's very intense and he wants to plan every match, and AJ's just kind of going like, okay, here we go, and Shinsuke. I think someone got the Shinsuke said, don't talk, or something. He just says, I like him. What? But it was funny. I was laughing during the thing. Like, all right, you guys are, it's, it is what it is. I mean, Shinsuke can knock me out with a knee, so I ain't saying too much. Good promo, funny, and it set up for the match. So that was good. Mojo, he had a title shot. He lost it. He's on TV, doing the promo interview, kind of saying, I'm going to come in. I learned from this loss. I did yada yada. Zack Ryder is back. I think this is going for a heel turn for Zack Ryder and a push for Mojo. I just don't see them bringing back as a tag team. I think the tag team division is kind of set right now. Maybe bring in some new tag teams. I do think they need some more tag teams in SmackDown, though. Just a couple more. Like 2 more would be great. But I don't see them reuniting them with it, because that's a step back for Mojo. And they want to bring him forward. So I think they set it up, and he's going to turn on him next week, pay-per-view, something like that. And they'll have a feud. It should be good, but Mojo's going to get a push. And, I mean, he could be a good push. He could be definitely get with the kids. He's got a lot of energy. And not Cena, but he's different, and they could use that right now. Then you had Naomi defeating Tamina. Her entrance, by far one of the most unique entrances in the WWE, especially the women's division. It's really cool, really fresh, and they need that. And the glow in the dark, the title clone, it was really cool. So I give her props for that. She is probably one of the best athletes overall in the industry, in the WWE. And it showed in that match. Good match. Tamina, she's right now, I think, kind of just that mid-card in the women's division. She could get a push later, but I think right now she's a mid-card. Nothing against her. She's got some nasty kicks. And if you ever seen her do her father's splash from the top, it's actually really good. Again, we lost Snuka Oh, God. It's been a while. It's been not too long, but we lost him, and he's up there with a bunch of wrestlers right now. So, Snuka, man, she's making you proud, I hope. Ilana came out before the match started. By the way, I love blue. God, I love blue. Came out in a dress, which I thought was funny. I'm like, oh, if she never, that's going to be good. At the end of the match, she hits Naomi in the back and does this spine buster, arm behind there. Very interesting move, very unique, and she needed that. I was very curious to see what she was going to do because, quite honestly, I just kind of thought she was, I forget my right and left when I'm fixing this thing. I just didn't know what she had. She had done some matching. I think it was WrestleMania 32. They did that women's match. She did some stuff, but she wasn't really that good, I thought. And then they want to bring back as a wrestler now. And she's been doing some NXT training. This move was really good. I liked it. It works for me as a finisher. You know, it can work for her. She tried, after the move, I thought it was funny. She's in this dress, and she tried to get up and slipped all over and almost fell like twice. And I just thought, like, next time, don't do the dress. Mini skirt. I like the mini skirt. Like if you like the mini skirt. I'm trying to keep this like kid friendly, and I'm talking about mini skirts. All right. So next we had the Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton segment. Jinder Mahal, very cool entrance. I haven't seen that entrance yet. I don't know if he did it last week. I thought it was very cool. It makes him look like the top guy. Jinder Mahal, I mean, he's ripped. He doesn't need a carb in his life, I guess. But I thought it was a good segment, and his entrance was really good. You know, he came out. He needs to work on his promos, though. Good segment as in it flowed nice and everything. But, you know, he has the look, but he doesn't, his mic skills aren't there yet. He seems to not, you know, he talks like a very, just kind of like, I am the champ. Cheer for your champ. And it's like, you can have a little more kind of, he's actually, he's from Canada. He has his background on. He's from Canada. I kind of feel like he's trying to sound like he's not from Canada. Just talk like your normal voice. That's all you gotta do. Talk your normal voice. You'll be fine. I don't get it. I don't. But, you know, that's what he wants to do. So, again, Randy Orton, and it was this is, again, I feel like they've done it before. He's talking, music hits, it's Randy Orton. Those two guys, they're brothers, they call him something now. Get out of the ring, waiting for him. You knew, as soon as he left the ring, I was going, yep, he's coming from the back. Just wait for it. Yep, crowd went up. There he is. RKO. Yeah, he kind of slid out of the ring. Oh, give me something new, please. Just please give me something new. So, again, it was good, but predictable. And WWE needs to change that because they are very predictable. Just no surprises. And the internet hurts it. Before I go any further, I just say that's the biggest issue right now. I'm the Attitude Era guy. 80s, or I'm not going to say when I was born, but I was, the 80s through the 90s, through the early 2000s. The Attitude Era, there wasn't the internet. They could get away with not, stuff not getting out. Now, people know stuff as soon as they decide because someone's on the internet typing, and I get it, it's hard to have surprises, but you're just predictable, WWE. Sorry, I had to adjust. You're predictable. And put false stuff out there, But, we're going to do this and then do something else. But, I don't want to get in that discussion. It's been discussed for length on the internet, but, the Attitude Era, yeah, to me it was the best era of the time. There was no internet, so they didn't have to worry so much about stuff getting out. Now it's 5 minutes as when its decision's made. It makes the internet, which Vince hates. So I've heard, I've read. You don't like it very much. Have Mahal just hold the title. No, I'm going to RKO. Where was I? I lost my spot. There we go. So then they set up the Owens. They do the Owens, Dolph, and Corbin. A little thing in the back, and again, typical heel face. We're heel meeting. Kind of we have to group together. I'm in charge. Kevin Owens. He's funny. I think Kevin Owens is very, very funny. You go back and watch some of his other work. He's a funny guy. So he kind of took the lead there, did his thing. Again, funny. Especially when Corbin, punched me. Thought that was funny. Ha, laughs. Just typical, we got to take these guys out. And at the end, he walks off. You got Dolph and Corbin looking at each other. Dolph doing his Dolph face, I call it, where he's like, it's like Trump. He's trying to be. I can't do Trump's face. I don't want to look like Trump. And I ain't going political. This will not be a political show. Okay, so then we got the Charlotte defeated Natalya. Again, good match, back and forth. I watched it a little bit. I watched it, but I also fast forwarded a little bit through that. At the end, Charlotte wins, looks up at the title. I don't have predictions yet for that. My predictions on Sunday will go up probably like Saturday or Sunday before the show. I don't know who's going to win that. I haven't decided yet. I don't know. They could do some things there. So not yet to call my prediction on either of the ladder matches. Then we have the Fashion Files, like I said. They're a comedy team. They're funny. Terrible writers. I don't know who's writing their stuff, but they make it work the best they can. They're funny, but terrible. The writers just, stop. He was checking his pecs out. Like, what? I'm sure some of the women out there were like, oh, yes, pecs. PG, Chris. Keep it PG. Like WWE. All right. Then we have the Lana. Backstage segment with Lana. She got a really good promo. That was really good. Kind of that Russian thing. I'm going to be the first... whatever. I was staring at the dress. It's blue. It's my favorite color. Come on. She did a good promo. It wasn't bad. And that's, I guess, a good thing. That's all you could really say. Then you had Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn defeating Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens, and Dolph Ziggler. Not surprised. You're going to have the faces win going into the pay-per-view. Good match, back and forth. I thought Zayn got hurt. If you watch him going over when he jumps over, hits Zayn, Zayn hits Kevin Owens. When he landed, he kind of held his hip. I thought he hurt himself, and I thought, oh, that sucks, because Sami Zayn is actually someone I really like, and push him, please. But I don't think he did because he came back later. At the end of the match, of course, heels are heels, so they attack with the ladder, and then they end up kind of attacking each other. At the end of it, there's Shinsuke Nakamura holding the title, holding the briefcase. I will make a little bit of a prediction right now for for Sunday, but it won't be my final one. I really hope Zayn gets a title shot and a title win. But I just think they're not looking at him as a champion, which is a shame because he has done, he had some other matches. I'm not going to say who he was in the indies, but if you just look it up, you can find it. And he had some incredible matches. Him and Kevin Owens had I think it was Ring of Honor. They had an incredible ladder match. They did some stuff in that ladder match that just was sick. So I really hope he gets a push. But so that is my review of SmackDown and Raw. I'm not doing 205 just because I don't want to. I will watch NXT tonight. Probably have something up Friday. We'll see. So yeah, I mean, again, the good shows. I also know E3 is going on. I said this was going to be a video game channel. I kind of felt like I gave my E3 stuff over there. I might do an E3 show tomorrow because it ends tomorrow. And I feel like I'm getting along on this video. So back to wrestling. It's, WWE. I've been a fan since I was early. I was, in the 80s, 90s to early 2000s. Shows like this right now, they're good, but just stop with the predictability and don't force stuff down our throat. There's a feeling, I think, that they're forcing stuff down our throat, and that just doesn't work, Listen to the crowd. You say you listen to the crowd, but I don't know if you do. Listen to the crowd, and I think it'll be good, but good shows overall. And yeah. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Please subscribe if you do like this. I will try to be up more often. But again, I probably will be the only one who sees this. So be it. I do this for fun, like I said. And with that said, Capone, and hang on one second. The Attitude Champ is out, baby. Let it.